CBC.
Yeah, see, you probably from Blue Springs. You know what Blue Springs is?
Yeah, it's a long ways from home.
What part of Utah? Southern Missouri? Springfield?
East of Sikeston. We're east or west of Sikeston.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I understand exactly.
That's the thing about people from St. Louis. You always ask.
Yeah. Airplane.
Unit 136 or Unit 148. 1119.
Racist issue? More people have said it's not a race issue.
I don't think it is. We've had a lot of peace and love around here. Like, a lot of people are coming up like, hey, you know, wanting to meet us. And
well, you guys are from here. What do you think about like the situation with Mike Brown getting killed? And
Surprised it blew up, I guess.
yeah, I'm glad that like they're getting a voice out and there actually is something, you know, being done. They're getting some attention, which is good. There is obviously an issue here. I don't think it's about Mike Brown as much as it is just like oppression and racial, police brutality, all that stuff. A lot of stuff's boiling up right now.
Yeah.
And it's actually, from what I've heard, it's going around like the country too. They're
what's going on, man?
Police are lining up right now.
All right. So
you had like 12 gunshots on you. Like you guys were.
It was. I couldn't even count.
night.
Yeah, we were all over there. It was right by.
Northwinds Estates
Yeah.
Drive, right in front of Costa.
You were there for it too.
That was insane. We were like watching like a movie. We're like, ah!
Yeah,
Well,
no, it was so intense. Man.
Yeah, we
and, like
could not
we heard the
believe it.
gunshots, and then it streamed onto your channel.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh wow.
oh my god.
We like
this is
heard
right
everything
here.
going on. We're like, oh, they just we counted the shots and then we counted on your live stream. Like, yep,
That's it.
Well, let's go. We gotta check out what's going on with this police line. Stay safe, guys. All right. So the police are lining up over here, and now, of course, this is drawing the attention of everybody.
We'll keep it moving. Keep our march going.
Police are also lining up in the street here. But we just heard from some locals what it's like for them to live by, and they're saying that they could hear the gunshots out their windows and then see them on the live stream. All right, now it looks like the police are clearing out again. People get riled up pretty quick when the police make moves.
Stay behind the white line. Media 2. We won't have any problems. Okay? Can I ask something, please? What did we disrupt? What they asked.
Did you see anything at St. Mary's last night?
Oh no!
Yeah.
What the? What do you mean?
The church.
We just met with some of the volunteers.
Okay.
Stay behind the white line. So they our boundary is here.
Comes the peace train.
Our boundary is here.
It's good. It's good.
All right. Well, we just saw the peace train made its way through and left without incident. Cop came up and talked to him. But
Master said keep moving, y'all. And Master said keep moving,
and then it gets quiet again real fast. Well, things seem to, have calmed down fairly quickly. The police got into formation in the street, but then moved out again. We've got some different jurisdictions here lined up. And see, one officer's got his, here, check this out, more riot weapons on these officers that are lined up.
Or at least get.
Some of y'all tired, some of y'all tired. I know some of y'all
So
tired.
here, try and get this right here on the stock right here, on this side, over here. It says less lethal on it. Here, check this out. Come here.
I know everybody can't walk all night. I say no. I can't walk. I know y'all can't walk all day.
So when you see, there's a bunch of different kinds that we see all over. I mean, I don't know where they're limited to, but we see some of these guns are gray, and they say less lethal on them. This one right here, it's orange, says less lethal on the back of it there. This guy's gun, I'm not sure. It's looks like it's some kind of camo. I have no idea what that one's for. Excuse me, officer. Are some of these guns armed with live ammunition?
Oh, definitely.
Is there one nearby that I could ask? Do you know? Okay, thank you. So yeah, this one right here is less lethal. I'm trying to figure out, these ones, they look like real guns. Right. But he just told me to talk to the public information officer.
Oh, no, those are guns, yeah.
Maybe there's a different agency.
Where's the public information officer at? Where's that?
It's straight up here at the target.
Everybody can stay behind the white line. I mean, media, you guys are only making it bad for everybody because y'all won't cooperate. I'm out here too. My feet hurt, my back hurt, everything hurt. But I'm out here trying to keep
Down the
people
street.
from getting hurt.
Listen, y'all. They don't want to do nothing. All they want us to do is move. Y'all want to go down to the spot right there. Hey, man, look. Everybody, let's go down to that.
We go to the assembly if we want to move.
Excuse me, officer. I was wondering if some of these guns are armed with live ammunition.
Trying to move the crowd down to their staging area where they're allowed.
No? Do you know where he's at? Okay, thank you.
See the chat line on this card, yeah. The overlaid man.
All right, well, I don't think the police like that question very much. But we've got many different agencies here, so maybe someone else might be willing to talk to us. Some of these guns, they say less lethal on them. Some of them obviously are the higher millimeter, like maybe like a 38 to 44. So those are usually for tear gas or these They have these like sponge bullets. They're kind of weird. They're hard and they're big. But when you see somebody who's got what looks like just a high-powered rifle, it's hard to imagine there's anything else in there. So, you know, I tried asking a few officers, but they're saying the same thing. Talk to the public information officer. One cop just said, talk to Captain Johnson. So we might not be able to get that answer out of the police here on the ground. All right, hey, let's check this out. So now the road's cleared again. The police just moved to the parking lot. Whenever the police make a move, people sort of get on edge.
3100 Shackleford, 3108 at 1129.
But it's really quiet.
44 clear. Natural Bridge 1130. For notification.
All right, so it looks like we have to march down at this end. We'll walk down and see what's happening over here. But you know, again, for those that are watching, it's pretty calm tonight. I'll give you guys a quick recap of everything we've seen so far. This is Ferguson, Missouri. It's a suburb of St. Louis. It's just outside of the city. About 10 days ago or so, we had Michael Brown, a young man was shot and killed by the police. And there's been conflicting reports as to what happened. The police have said that he reached for the officer's gun. Eyewitnesses say that he has hands up, and he was saying, "Don't shoot." So this has sparked huge protests. Initially, there was some rioting. The gas station was burned down. There's been looting. But it's been up and down. You know, almost a week ago, they handed over control of the operation to Captain Ronald Johnson of the, I believe he's state trooper. I think I saw him wearing a shirt that said Highway Patrol, so I'm not sure if they're the same thing. There, yeah, okay. But, you know, when he took over, we had 1 day of, you know, what I can best just describe as peace. This whole block looked like it was a block party. People were dancing, break dancing, singing. There was drums. You know, Ronald Johnson came here and marched with the people, with the protesters, and people stayed till late in the morning, till early morning, around 2 or 3 a.m. and eventually just went home. The next day, it felt like it was going to be the same thing, but for some reason, at some point, the police threw tear gas into a crowd, and it just sort of set the protesters off. Shortly after that, the police showed up.
About that. They're now running behind the public storage. Apparently there's a gate open behind there. For residents within the past few minutes, she heard footsteps in the backyard, and then no further. 113.0 at 1132. 7 and 17, be advised, her car door looks like it's standing open now on her vehicle. .3109 en route on the assist at 1132. 6117, are you clear? Play 519. Report 10-8, 1133. .3109, 1023, 2421 Princess. Do you wish me to hold the station? 10-8 for now. Remaining 10-8, 1134. 3107, 1023, 1134.
8714 Westcott, contact Daryl in reference to him and a female. The female's throwing knives at him. He's not injured. Refuse to leave. 1296 up 34.
Out at the first precinct if you wish to call them there. Out 1134.
615723 on Princess.
6157, 1023 on Princess, 1134. 31. Car 6116, copy at 1088. Or 6154. D at 573 528 9778. 573 528 9778.
36.
528 9778. 528 9778.
All right, so we're back up. I don't know what points we dropped off there for a second, but I'll give you guys just a very brief recap of what's been going on. We're here in Ferguson, Missouri, at the site of the Mike Brown protests. If you're not familiar, this was a young man who was killed by the police, by a police officer. The police account is that he reached the officer's gun. Eyewitness testimony was that he had his hands in the air and said, "Don't shoot." So, you know, the autopsy reports are, as we're hearing, they're completed but not released yet. We had an independent autopsy from the family. They brought in someone. So that stuff's all happening. We've seen a lot of protests in the wake of this young man's death. There's been rioting. There's been some looting. A gas station has been burned down.
1089.
So these protests have been pretty tense. There's been we had a day of peace when they switched the control of the operation to Captain Ronald Johnson of Highway Patrol, state troopers, and but it only lasted a day. Since this weekend, we've had a state of emergency declared here. We've had the National Guard brought in recently, and there's been a lot of live ammunition fire coming from we don't know who. I can't say it's the protesters, because when you see the protests coming out, everyone's peaceful and relaxing. But when things devolve, just from the darkness, from certain elements, we've got gunfire, and it's been extremely intense. And from that, we end up with large groups of SWAT police. We end up with the National Guard. And today, there's no curfew. Over the weekend there was a midnight to 5 a.m. curfew, but that's been lifted. Though it really just depends on what happens with confrontation between protesters, police, and the you know, I wouldn't know how to refer to it, but the agitators, I suppose. Some people throwing bottles, some people are looting. So we've got several stories up on vicenews.com. If you want to check out the website and go read more about, you know, the context, what's been happening here over the past week. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TimCast. I'll be having I'll be posting photos, videos, text updates on the ground here when we're not live, and at Vice News on Twitter and Instagram as well, just for, you know, all of our global coverage and as well as more context here on the ground. It's really quiet. This is the calmest I've seen it. Even when it was, you know, when it was peaceful, it was still really loud. So I think most people would, you know, I should say actually, you know, what we've heard from people is that they hope it stays peaceful. You know, this is a trend that people have been telling us they'd like to see. You know, the people are marching around, there's no conflict with the police. Everything seems to be, you know, pretty good in terms of what the protesters have been hoping for. I'm sure the police are hoping for the same thing too. Just a moment ago, we saw a lot of these police officers. Some of them, you can see here, like, here, could you get this? The orange gun there is a less lethal weapon.
If you do.
So those probably have beanbags in it, because we heard that some people have been hit with beanbags, and we found some of the beanbag shells lying on the ground, you know, alive, actually. But it looks like...
We're not doing nothing.
It looks, some of these guns look real, and you know, I've asked some of the officers if their guns had live ammunition in it, and they didn't answer. I don't know if it's that surprising if they do. I mean, they're, you know, these are police, and we've had active gunfire here from the crowd, so seems like it might be the case. We don't know for sure though. They, you know, both officers I asked just told me to speak. The first told me to speak with a public information officer. The next said, talk to Captain Johnson. It doesn't seem like a question they want to answer, but we'll, you know, it's peaceful, but we're gonna sit down here and just hang out, see what happens, you know. But also, yeah, you can tweet at me at TimCast. I can answer you, and you know, if you guys want us to go and check something out, just hit me up on Twitter. I'll do my best to answer those questions and see what we can do. Let's go back down the other side. It actually seems like some people might be leaving, but who knows? Things, you know, they always seem like they're going to be calm here, and we never know what's going to happen, and then, you know, something happens. It's just what's been happening every day. Feels like it's peaceful, feels calm. The police will make some kind of move that will agitate the protesters. You know, the other day before the main, I guess, conflict started, the police were ordering everyone to disperse, and the protesters actually turned around and started marching away. But another SWAT truck parked at near the Quick Trip. You know, the protesters came out and started chanting at it. They didn't move. They wouldn't disperse. They wouldn't keep marching past the SWAT truck. So more police came in, parked, and eventually this escalated to just, you know, very, very tense conflict. Tear gas, smoke grenades, flashbangs, rubber bullets, and then eventually live fire came from over our heads. We were pinned down up over here, and we all got gassed pretty heavily. But for now, we're just sort of monitoring the situation, checking it out. Everything seems calm. A lot of journalists here. People are a bit spread out. Here, let's check this out. You want to zoom in on that? We've got SWAT police across the street at this furniture store.
Enter in 10-8, 11:43.
So someone's telling me on Twitter that those less lethal guns, they're 12-gauge shotguns. They're just loaded with less lethal rounds. Someone's asking me about the National Guard. They're here. They're not on the ground patrolling or anything like that. They're stationed up at the Police Central Command. It's a big shopping parking lot. Yeah, so multiple people are tweeting at me saying those less lethal shotguns could actually fire a 12-gauge round. They're just loaded with beanbags. But yeah, I've got a bunch of people asking questions here, so let's see what else we got. Someone's asking me if they shut down the peace train. I think they sort of shut it down. He told us earlier that they didn't want him. He's not street legal, so they didn't want him riding around in the street, and he was just going to keep it in the parking lot. And then when he came through, one of the cops came up to him and whispered something. We couldn't hear what they were saying, but then the guy pulled up and went back in the parking lot.
Caller returned home, opened the door and heard someone talking inside. She went over to her neighbor's house at 7240 Ruddy.
Here, let's
2100 at 1144.
see what's going on. Yeah, so this helicopter, you can barely see it. I don't even know if we'll be able to catch that on camera because this helicopter's been flying dark. I don't know if it's one or multiple, but it flies overhead. You can hear it, but you can't really see anything. We can see it from, you can see it. Can you see it on the camera? Which one?
This.
Oh, the vest? I mean,
I know you.
You do.
45. Talk. The Vice. You gave that.
Yeah, Vice.
Right, you gave that talk at the Google.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Thanks. You too.
Let's see what's going on down here. Seems like this is where everything's centered at this point. The police have moved down here, so they're the police are still on the road on this end, but it looks like everyone moved from the back up north.
11:45.
Here, film these guys. See what's going on up here. So someone's asking me about the new guy that was the man who was killed in the officer-involved shooting earlier.
16, that plate is not on file through Illinois.
So what we're hearing is that a man had stolen some energy drinks from a shop. Shop owner, asked him to pay for it. He got pushed. When police arrived on the scene, the man was saying, "Shoot me, kill me now," and was wielding a knife. So what we've heard is that story's been corroborated by a lot of witnesses, but we're also hearing rumors from other accounts online. So it's a really difficult situation to gauge. I can't say that I'm up here at the Ferguson protest, so I don't know as much as our other crew that's actually been interviewing some of the witnesses. I do know that it's pretty calm down there. At the other site of the shooting. Earlier we heard it was just too intense. It was too dangerous. But for now, you're hearing that it's actually calmed down a bit.
The assignment, 3107, the assist for a check the welfare. 6117. 40, Latasha is with children's division. Wishes to go to 9910 Hobbits Glen Court, 9910 Hobbits Glen Court, apartment C. Charles. Contact Maya Shanks, 23-year-old female. There's a 4-month-old infant named Alyssa Shanks.
That should be good.
It was reported to Child Services that 30 minutes
Hey, for those
ago,
watching, we're just
the mother was
trying to
swinging
balance
the child around
the
because she
audio
was
here so
upset
that
with the infant.
you can hear better with the
1021, the reportee, after making contact and advisor of the welfare of the child. 128.0, 1148.
So right now we've got Alicia and Claire are out.
Car 3121, the assignment.
They're out talking to some of the witnesses at the other shooting.
2122, the assist.
I'm here with Dane and Josh and Daniel, Green's production crew. They're helping us out for today. So I'll tweet their stuff out. You can follow them because you're here reporting with me right now.
Suspicious vehicle at 62
Just
South
at
Elwood Avenue.
Greenspro, GREENZPRO. So this is Dane who's manning the camera right now. For those that are wondering, so he's going to be down here reporting as well with us. Should anything happen?
Reporting can be contacted by phone if needed.
Looks like most of the protest group is chilling out in this parking lot. So another question from Twitter, someone's asking if I think more things will happen tonight or if I think the violence is over. It's a really, I guess it's kind of an impossible question because there have been nights where I would say yes, and then something happens and things get violent, and there's been one night where it seemed like it was going to get rowdy and it didn't. But, I guess I could say that
3121,
it's gotten pretty intense every single night. It's not going to last forever, so any night could be the night that things stay peaceful and things calm down. It's just really hard to tell for now.
57 en route on the assist at 1150. It's at 62 South
We got some
Elwood
people over
Avenue.
here giving out sodas.
Car 6118,
Yeah, maybe I'll see if I can get a
that's the
water.
assignment. 3106.
Oh, you grabbed one from them?
For a natural gas leak.
You know what? All right, cool. Thanks, man.
The assignment, 3106 the assist. Natural gas leak at 12,551 Hillview Drive. 12551 Hillview. Reporting can smell natural gas in the residence. The fire department's en route. Now the CO detector is sounding. 106.0 at 1150.
We got some people on Twitter complimenting the audio now that we just had an issue earlier. I'm not sure what it was, but
50. 3121.
so someone's asking how much longer the protest will last. So again, it's this is another question that's extremely difficult to answer. There was one night where it seemed like there were way more press than there were protesters. It looked like there might have been, once most of the protesters dispersed, before the police moved in, it looked like there might have been 50 or so journalists and about 15 to 20 protesters. So it was kind of a strange sight when the police were ordering everyone to disperse. And I'm sitting up here in the parking lot looking down, and I'm wondering, most of the people on the street are probably journalists. There was several hundred protesters here before, what I'm talking about. But when the police started making those, the announcements, started encroaching, a lot of people took off. The journalists definitely didn't take off. Someone threw a water bottle? Alright, so people are starting to back up because somebody threw a water bottle. Hey, check this out right now. The police are backing up. Things are getting a little intense. Alright, now this is usually how it starts, so we gotta make sure we know where we're at. A bottle gets thrown, the police get agitated, the protesters get tense when the police start moving. But I think both sides just, police just said line up. Helicopter has its light on us.
157-223.
So just a moment ago, somebody threw a water bottle, and the police just lined up. Protesters got a little agitated. A lot of people started pulling back. You've got a lot of people in there right now, peacekeepers, man holding his hand in the air in the peace sign, trying to lower tensions. right, the police are now running in. Another bottle was thrown.
We're en route.
All right, guys. So a bottle was thrown, a group ran north down West Ferguson, and now the police are rushing forward.
Northwind.
Police are ordering everyone to get out of the street. Now naturally the whole group is gravitating north to figure out what's happening. But this bottle was thrown into the public storage parking lot. This is where the most of the press is.
503-3098.
So tension's slowly building, but we just gotta keep aware of what's happening.
2, all units, enter in 10-8. Suspicious vehicle at 1154.
Someone just yelled, "Get those goddamn cameras off."
Ruggles at Marion. Silver vehicle parked on the side of the road, occupied twice, male and a female. Male appears to be hitting the female, called in by a passerby.
The Rock Road. Left.
What's going on, man?
5 en route, 2356.
Hey, Marcus. I thought we were this close to being done.
So what happened? Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I saw what happened.
Water bottle thrown?
He chucked the water bottle. And he started like trying to stop the guy or get the guy to surrender. The guy who threw the water.
And he ran. All right.
So yelling, get everybody off the street and all that good stuff. I'm trying to get my boss out here because she's sitting in the car and I don't know why.
McKee Field in West Florissant.
All right, so for those that are watching, just a moment ago. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Oh, okay, okay. People are running. What's going on?
Someone just stole someone's phone.
Someone just stole someone's... They're going after him. Someone's phone got stolen. There's a large group of police now pulling in. Both sides. SWAT police pulling in right now.
Sidewalk, sidewalk, please.
You know what? Hold on to it. Let's just stick together. Sorry, man. You just want to just hold on to it? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
1156, 6154, 109 the street name again, 219.
Let's,
Or 219 Northport Hills, they're on the plate, 1157.
there goes another bottle that got thrown. I'll take this. All right. For those that are watching right now, a bottle was thrown, somebody ran. Looks like somebody may have stolen a phone and ran the other direction, but now the police are moving in a pretty serious force.
I just got a gun right in my face. He's pointing it right at me.
You're in the middle of the street. You're unlawfully assembled.
Here it goes.
You need to disperse immediately. You need to immediately stop throwing objects and disperse immediately.
So this group was mostly peaceful until a bottle was thrown. And we're hearing from some other journalists that the people tried to get him to surrender. But just a second ago, another bottle was thrown, and now we've got this police line here.
You really have to surrender over
We're going to check on walkie 3021. Officer O'Brien, we got an alert tone. Enter in 10-8, 1158.
And right now, they're now giving the orders to disperse. This is usually where things go bad. Here, let's go up around the side.
We're in crowd in the front storage area. A lot of them are running southbound on the west side of West Florissant from the storage area. Clear. Crowd running southbound West Florissant.
Oh, we got an arrest right now.
Storage area.
Water bottle was thrown. kind of shots were those?
It was definitely a gunshot.
Operation Media need to get back to the designated area.
What media y'all with?
Vice.
1023, 1159, NAA 519.
You guys, man.
So you think that pop was live ammo?
Hey, bro, y'all in these situations all the time?
All right, let's just. So that just got intense fast. It's not. We've had a lot of live ammo fire over the past several days, so everyone's definitely on edge.
Josh, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Good.
Respond to West Florissant, Solway.
No confirmation that we had live ammo fire,
Further
but
instructions.
somebody threw a bottle. An arrest was made, and it got intense very, very quickly.
Let's walk down.
Let's go, yeah. So we just took shelter behind one of these vehicles, the public storage, but we're all good. Media's breaking down.
Route to north winds and west Florissant. 4746, trying to get through the crowd. 10-4, sir. 276.
We're being ordered now to move back to the designated media area. Someone's attacking a journalist right here. People are trying to lower the tensions here, but now a man who came in and started yelling at cameras. Sorry.
If you are not rental media, please disperse now.
Let's go! Keep it moving!
So a lot of journalists are staying in the parking lot, filming this police line that just formed. A few water bottles were thrown. We heard a pop. Can't confirm what it was, but it's. We took shelter behind one of these vehicles, and now we're just looking at it.
Red backpack, white shirt, picking up rock.
The standoff.
That's fine, the public storage.
Police yelling, "Watch your six! Watch your six!" All right. Feels like things are getting a little bit calmer. There are people forming a line, holding hands. Just seems like they're trying to lower the tensions.
9800, Vicky. Please be advised. Report from Ferguson PD stated there's 25 subjects on Northwinds 1 block off of West Florissant Avenue putting on masks.
We got 9 minutes left on this battery in this camera. I'm just fishing out and wait.
Yeah.
Shit could pop off any second.
We'll just keep the encoder going. We're gonna, for those that are watching, let's give it about 30 seconds. We're gonna swap the camera batteries here. Let's go get somewhere safe in case we have to run.
1 block east of West Florissant.
All right, we're gonna swap the battery out real quick. So we're just gonna chill back here while we take a quick second to swap this battery out.
You have my phone? Yeah. Okay. That just scared me.
progress, 1089. Unfounded all cars, or 10-8 to 1204.
Franklin County TAC. Franklin County SWAT, can you respond to North Winds Estates Drive and West Florissant to post there, fill further? Behind the McDonald's. Air 2, when you finish what you're doing, can you go check on that McDonald's call?
Air 2 is clear on the McDonald's.
That's clear. 4 or 5 subjects running west on Chambers from West Florissant. Build 66.
Air 2 is clear.
This is command, go ahead.
Units 1023.
We're at the church. Advise, is Ferguson Avenue clear from West Florissant for an ambulance? Head check.
check, 10,200 Lewis and Clark, 1209.
Open key, check for an open key.
It's a group of about 100 individuals moving northbound on West Florissant past the Chop Suey. Any cars in that area to Team 73, anyone else to assist? Assist for heart attack.
On here if we can assist.
Clear, respond. West Florissant Avenue, north of Ferguson, near the Chop Suey.
On.
1211. Side 10 8. 23 at 1213. Seven.
No red. No red.
10-8, 12-15.
32. All units are 10-8. I have the report. Send it to 553.
Clear.
23. D3.
Been down for like 10 minutes. Oh shit. All right, so for those that are watching right now, what just happened, why we went down, but very, very strange situation. The police have just put all media into press zone. Usually when they do that, it means they're about to start making a move against the protesters. But over on this side, there's only a small group of maybe 50 to 100 protesters. And there's legal observers, there's journalists here. The police have formed a line. So what we saw just a moment ago, somebody threw a water bottle, got the police agitated. The protesters then ran north, crowded up around a row of riot police. Another water bottle got thrown. So building tension. And then one of the protesters was walking in the street, and the police ordered him out. He ignored them and then started running south, away from the police. They ran after him, grabbed him, threw him to the ground. Everyone just started yelling, surrounded this guy. Another water bottle was thrown. And then after that, all I heard was run. Everyone breaks. We hear a pop. Not exactly sure what it was. We took shelter behind a car. And since then, the police have circled the media area. And now they're ordering all of the press to go into this parking lot, which seems like not a good idea. Which, having the media all in one place doesn't make sense, especially, you know, being a journalist trying to report.
Look, guys, if it was up to me, you could say. But the fact remains is that these guys getting ready to start really kicking off.
Yeah.
And we trying our best as clergymen to get everybody to cooperate so nobody gets hurt, nobody goes to jail. And they ask for people to disperse if you're not media. If you don't have a media tag on, and if you are media, you're supposed to go down into the designated area.
I'm not leaving those people alone.
What's up?
I'm not leaving those people alone. I'll film them.
Filming.
Down there, I'm going to film from here.
Yeah. Why do you think they're doing this? Why do you think?
I think they're going to push it a little while and squeeze them all, like right now.
They're squeezing out the journalists?
No, they're squeezing all. There's a crowd of people in the parking lot.
Those are the journalists.
But there's like those few outliers that are in there. They're trying to get them.
All right, so it's getting tense.
Right. And
people
now,
are yelling no.
And now they're attacking the fucking media. Right. They just pincered them in and stuck them up against that corner over there.
They surrounded the press?
Yes. They ordered them in that fucking corner and now they surrounded them.
Police are forming a lineup by Sam's Meat Market. We've got some peacekeepers in front yelling everyone no. But the police just moved in. Looks like somebody's being arrested. Somebody might be arrested right now. I can see police carrying someone away to this truck.
Yeah, I believe somebody's being arrested, but they kept trying to manipulate us to go over there by that store. And now they're
So people are being pulled out of the media zone. We stayed out of it. So again, I'm not entirely sure. There were a few outliers, seemingly protesters. They're now ordering us to go back to the command post, which is several blocks that way.
That way we can't see anything. Yeah, listen to that.
There are not a lot of protesters here.
Hey man, thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thanks, man.
I know my friends are watching. Can you please go to West Florissant and Ferguson and please pick me up because my car is on that side of Canfield and I can't go that way. And I'm not about to walk that way and around that way. Y'all know I got a bad knee. Please come get me.
Yeah, all media, please leave and let them beat up people. Wow.
So again, I can't fathom what's... I think the police might be going into the media zone and arresting non-media. But again, I can't be sure.
Or something?
I'm not entirely sure. It is what, yeah. So we think that's what's happening. And they're ordering all media now to go back to the command post.
I think they'll form a line and push us back there in just a little while.
Get back.
State 173, 1023 West 4th Street, Salt Lake.
So it looks like now a lot of the journalists are making their way out.
Natural Bridge, 1221.
People are yelling, "Don't feed the media." We've been hearing from peacekeepers all day saying not to give TV.
I don't know if it's gas or tear gas or what, but he's like, if you don't turn your cameras on, I'm going inside. They do that in the hat.
What hat?
It's clear.
Yeah, he's walking around going every single person with a camera.
They got a lot, but they went full on.
Who are they arresting?
The non-media.
Non-media?
But it was like a barrage.
Do you think they grabbed any journalists who just weren't wearing badges?
I didn't see any.
All right, so it looks like police are starting to march forward. People are clapping. Police are moving in the parking lot here. Press is pulling back. Police are just waving for people to go back. Hopefully this doesn't escalate.
Clear.
More police marching forward. People have their hands up. Peacekeepers chanting, "Move back." Now there's a young man with a white shirt who looks pretty angry. K9 units out. Police over on the other side have their guns drawn, ordering people to back up now. It is the best word to describe, tense. But I'll just give you guys a quick recap of what's happened in the past 15, 20 minutes. Right now, the police are pushing out media and protesters. People are running. So a little while ago, a water bottle was thrown, and this got everyone on edge. The police formed a line. Protesters started running, probably There's someone's yelling in the bullhorn now, stand your ground. Chanting hands up. We can't leave. So after
24,
what's going on? So it looks like the peacekeepers are just fanning everyone out, saying move, move. The police come up behind them. It seems like this group, for the most part, is obeying, moving back. We saw the police surround the press section just a few moments ago, went in and arrested people we believe were non-credentialed media. What's up? Yeah. We've got SWAT being told, ordering out, leave now. This guy's crouched, he's got to, you have no choice, leave now. He said you have no choice, move now. So this group is moving back, and so far, as tense as it is, it seems like it might be stable. Yeah.
Both units 10-8 and red, 1226, TAA 519.
Can we ask Officer Johnson what's going on?
I don't know. But
Can we ask you what's going on?
I don't have an answer.
2 report 10-8.
Officer Johnson, can you tell us what's happening?
22 report 10-8, 1226.
Excuse me, Officer Johnson, can you tell us what's going on?
Keep moving, guys.
Can you tell us what's happening, sir?
Get over on its shoulder and get your asses moving. I'm not going to tell you again.
So we're not getting an answer.
And you're going up. Get over it.
Well, trying to ask Captain Ronald Johnson what's going on, but we're not getting an answer. We're just being ordered, move back to the sidewalk, or we'll go with them.
Forward, up to the picket line.
So this group has their hands up, they're slowly moving back. I actually see a lot of activists from New York here right now. So it's a strange combination of agitated but calm in a sense. This group, they're marching, hands up, moving back. Everyone's obeying the police orders to back up, media included.
23, that area. You want to... 1228.
Let's go, they're pushing somebody out. Someone just said, get his ass that way. They're pushing this guy out. Seems like the peacekeepers here are fed up with the agitators. Earlier we saw them physically restrain a guy who was trying to get in front of the police. People chanting, hands up, don't shoot. Well, it seems very likely that everyone's going to get pushed off the street. But, you know, I do have to say, if that's, if this is as bad as it gets, it will be a definite improvement from the past several days. So,
Hold the line at GC
I guess it's, if the protesters get pushed out,
There's a water bottle thrown.
Someone threw a water bottle?
I'm 23 McDonald. You for conveyance to McDonald.
So we've got a large line of police pushing everybody back.
Chambers Hill, foot pursuit.
For the most part, it seems like these protesters are leaving.
10-6.
Every so often there's a little standstill, but so far the worst that we've seen have been a few water bottles thrown. We did hear some kind of pop, not entirely sure what it was, but that was it.
Just Chambers Hill. 2122 further.
Officer Johnson and
So we got Officer Johnson here. Looks like he's with the chief of police. The chief
of St. Louis County Police. Yeah.
So we've got the higher ups here conferring in the street.
Custody, you're at Knoll Crest and where? Custody from the foot pursuit on Nolte at the
Just
dead
cooler.
end.
Just cooler.
Yeah.
It
Sounded like it might have been a truck pulling in or something, but it was just a cooler. So it looks like this is where the police may have stopped. We've got a group that looks, looks like it's mostly journalists. I try to avoid getting right up in a crowd if it's predominantly journalists. You can definitely hear protesters that are in there. A lot of people, a lot of the protesters that were here, we have seen already leave. Some of them behind us, a lot of them seeming very, very angry, saying things like, "There's no curfew, you can't make us leave." So there's still a good number of protesters down here. It's but at this point, it's hard to differentiate between the protesters and what's up. Right now, it's hard to differentiate between the media and the protesters in this crowd. For a while, the police actually had the press surrounded. The press area was surrounded, and they repeatedly ordered for the credentialed media to get into the press zone, and then shortly after went in and started making arrests. We saw a few people get arrested. We're assuming that they were non-credentialed, so possibly protesters.
One subject still.
I guess presumably some of them could have just been police that didn't have credentials on them, but they came in, they arrested people. We don't know who or why. Somebody got maced? Pepper sprayed? Just be wary of filming people get hurt because they sometimes, we gotta just make sure they're okay with it. So we've got a guy over here. Looks like he was pepper sprayed. He's got, looks like there's like milk in his eyes. He's got two field medics, two street medics with him.
Had a face mask on when last seen.
So it looks like he's getting some help. Police are giving a dispersal order again. They've ordered the media to go back to the media station at the command post. But for now, it's really hard to pick out the protesters in the media. I mean, we can see the people with cameras are quite numerous, but we do see protesters scattered, maybe evenly. It's really hard to tell. People chanting, "We want justice." All right, well, it definitely feels calmer right now.
Okay. Investor.
Let's move back a bit. You know, I think we've got the Amnesty. Let's go by the observers, the Amnesty International guys.
150.
Hopefully, we're able to cross.
1081 to the command post at 12:35.
Excuse me. Would one of you like to talk to us about what's going on?
Sure. Who you with?
Vice.
Excellent. We love your live streaming.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's what we're doing right now. But this whole situation has been kind of weird. It's like it's a different tactic every day.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us just what you saw, and do you know why the police moved in?
Actually, I'm gonna end off. What? Okay.
They're moving on both sides. All right, here. Yo, sorry, the police started moving in.
Sorry.
So now police are coming in from the opposite direction. You can see all the different agencies, the different uniforms, the white shirts, the higher ranking officers. Police are saying all non-media has to leave the area. And so this guy's asking where they're supposed to go, and I guess the other question I'd say is, why would the media stay if nobody's here?
Well, it's a bad game of cat and mouse right now. We can't even get to our cars down the street. Yeah, man, I gotta wait. I'm down all the way down the bottom and down. Can't wait for me to walk down this way. Yeah.
All right, so the Amnesty International observers have just pulled out. Yo. So these are the Amnesty International human rights observers.
Units, there are 4 to 5 subjects advancing on lane towards West Florissant.
So I guess when you've got Amnesty International who sends human rights observers into some of the most dangerous places, and they're saying we're getting out, they're expecting things to get tense. But we'll just keep our eyes on what's happening here.
Clear. Do you have
Now,
the nature?
I wanted to pull back across the street because it looks like the group in the McDonald's parking lot right now is composed of just too many journalists. We've got the police pulling up now from the opposite side. We've got SWAT just behind us on Ferguson.
Now they're gonna come up from the rear.
290.
So we've got some police now going back around McDonald's from behind.
Traffic, I got ED EMS at the McDonald's. Clear.
The police saying if you are in McDonald's, you will be arrested. So the observers are still sticking around a bit. They just pulled back, and I heard them just say, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's move, and they started making their way out. Earlier, they're saying it was too tense. We wanted to try and talk to them to see what they had seen, maybe, as human rights observers, but it's just too dangerous. So there's a journalist shaking hands with a cop and making his way out. All right. People are rushing forward, and now looks like everybody's running back, but People, it seems like this might be a false alarm. We're not seeing anyone from the front near the police making any moves. There might be an arrest. People are putting their hands up. Police saying, let them do their job, get out of the way. So it looks like there might be an arrest happening right now. Nope. It looks like, I can't tell, but it looks like the SWAT has formed, I don't know what you call it, they have a circle where they're all facing each other's backs and pulling out of the crowd.
Are we able to take the victim to the line, south of the line, so EMS does not have to go in front of the McDonald's?
Police saying, you'll be subject to arrest if you do not leave.
290, are you clearing that request? Anyone?
23 at 1241.
2 on 1023 right in front of the McDonald's. 6 John 62 on scene. Sheffingdale, my partner's in foot pursuit. Hold station. Subject on foot, running from police, Sheffingdale. Station is 10-6. Foot pursuit, 1241. Clear, it's Bennett.
12:41 a.m. and the police have just pushed into the crowd. Looks like someone may have been arrested. We've got an arrest right here.
10-8 back in venue.
1243.
Way down at the end of Sheffingdale.
Very tense situation across the street.
In the area to assist 6116 foot pursuit. The end of
Someone now yelling,
Sheffingdale,
she's pregnant,
by
she's
the
pregnant. Repeatedly saying she's pregnant.
6154 roll.
So it looks like a legal observer is being arrested as well. So straight ahead right here, you can see the green hat.
We got one in custody.
So the police are telling us to please back up. They're having an ambulance come through.
Subject is now in custody with 6116 in the park area at the end of Sheffingdale. Station is 10-8 from the foot pursuit at 1243.
That's fine.
519.
That's fine.
Okay, right.
I'm scared or nothing.
Right. I was just letting you guys know we gotta get you guys.
How many more they have?
You guys were in line with my office bags, okay?
Are you clear?
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey, I appreciate it. Okay. Sorry for any.
Where you want us to stand? Where you want us to stand?
You guys are fine right there.
Okay.
And I appreciate your confusion.
So we're being told by this officer here that we're fine, but there's a lot of tension going on across the street. Swarms of press circling around as police move in. It looks like more arrests are being made. We've got 4 people sitting on the ground right here, and one of them is a legal observer from the National Lawyers Guild. You can tell by the green hat. We've got an ambulance now pulling through. Good.
Where's she at, sir? She's right up at that mark.
Just, do your thing.
Team 21, are you calling command?
Crowd's now moving back.
Team 41, go ahead.
Police saying, giving the announcement to leave the area immediately. We've got someone looks like they're hurt. Being loaded into an ambulance right now.
3280. Available for that transport.
We've got 4 people sitting on the ground, 5 people now. A fifth is being carried away. 4 people straight ahead of me with flex cuffs on. And it looks like they're being arrested. Now, one of the people being arrested is a legal observer from the National Lawyers Guild, it would seem. He's wearing the neon green hat. But I'm not 100% sure because I can't see the front of the hat, but typically they wear these to stand out so you can tell that they're the legal observers.
And one portion.
It's possible.
Shot down. Affirmative.
I would definitely try to preface this with it's possible it's not a legal observer, but typically the green hat is what they wear to identify themselves. So that's what it looks like. They're usually the only people who are walking around with these neon green hats. Police announcing leave the area or you're subject to arrest. So we have another person now being carried out. 2 more people, it looks like. So I believe so far I've seen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A total of 8 people that appear to be detained by police.
Team 41.
Police now pulling forward, pushing this crowd back.
Team 69. Media, can you please get out of our way?
Police just said, media, can you please get out of our way? We're trying to do our job. Please get out of our way.
41.
Excuse me, is that a National Lawyers Guild? That's what I thought. Well, I haven't seen the front of the hat, but based on the green hat and the black writing on the front, these are typically National Lawyers Guild. They wear these hats so you can see them.
I'm trying to raise team 41 from Cayenne.
So these police here are trying to help these locals get through and make it the other direction towards their home.
We're pushing everyone this way, okay? But hear me out here, okay? If we get to the intersection of Ferguson here, you guys that
And you're 1020 with the subject. Are you at the end of Nolte at the park?
See if I get you guys back to the north, okay?
We're never from Nolte. It was no crash, but we're on Shippingdale.
So the police are pushing everyone out. We can see this huge group is being pushed out by the police, but these troopers just next to us are telling some locals that once they get to the intersection, they'll verify their addresses and let them go back the other way.
41 is not in. That's clear. 749. 4749.
We got another arrest. So this is the 9th person that I've seen so far being detained by the police. It's hard to know exactly if they're going to be arrested. They could be, typically you assume that if they're put in flex cuffs or handcuffs, that's an arrest. Every so often they might just, cut them loose, and it's. So for now, what I've seen, about 9 people detained, possibly being arrested. 1 appears to be a National Lawyers Guild legal observer. These are people who come down to essentially bear witness.
Is clear for the air unit. 1248. Team 29.
All right, it looks like we have a 10th. Another person straight ahead wearing red appears to be being arrested by the police. They currently have him in flex cuffs. This is the 10th that I've seen. Now, this West Florissant's mostly cleared out at this point. We've got a group here pushed up against the fence. Police announcing leave the area immediately or you'll be arrested. They've asked all the media to go back to the command post, to the designated media area. It seems like a good portion of the protesters are no longer here. We've watched them slowly trickle out. We have a large group of press that's still remaining.
You will be arrested. 3280. Get out of the way.
Police saying media get out of the way again. And for those that are watching, we were across the street. We were at this parking lot, but I wanted to move back across the street because it seemed like there were just too many members of the press were in this lot, and it's just not. It gets to a point where there's. At one point, I've seen more press than protesters, and it just seems a bit odd. So I try to, make sure we stay back. We can film what's going on, but
if it's okay to let the media walk past McDonald's.
It just seems like this might be exacerbated by the press gathering up and making it look like this group is very large. That being said, it is hard to determine exactly how many protesters are in this group. I should just clarify, it's extremely easy to point out that there is a large group of press, still in this crowd.
International.
Another thing that I've noticed too is I've seen a lot of protesters from New York, maybe no more than 10. So not too many, but they're familiar faces, activists that I've seen actually around the country at various protests who are here. If you guys are just tuning in and you want to find out more about what's going on, make sure to check out vicenews.com. We've got a few articles up that'll give you better context into what's currently happening. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Timcast, TIMCAST, for text, video, photo updates. But also make sure to follow at Vice News on Twitter and Instagram as well for more context and just more stories that we'll have for you from around the world.
Available team to respond to staging for an assignment.
It's 12:51 a.m. here in Ferguson, Missouri. This is the site of the Michael Brown protests that have been going on for the past several days, almost a week and a half now. So a lot of people have taken off so far, but I guess we'll stick to it. We've got a large group surrounded by the police. A lot of the journalists are now being pushed out. I can see a few protesters leaving this way as well. It looks like this might be where it wraps up. So we'll stick with this. We'll see what happens. But it looks like the SWAT vehicles have started to back up down this road. The group here is now marching south on West Florissant, heading in the direction of the command post. But again, the group is not very large. There's not a substantial amount of protesters. Before everyone got mixed together, when the press had been separated by the police ordering them into the media zone, it seemed like there was roughly 100, maybe a little bit more than 100 protesters. So we've seen 10 people detained, possibly arrested. People chanting, "Who do you protect? Who do you serve?"
What's the additional units there?
So the scene here, compared to what it was just shy of a week ago, is dramatically different. Just way more press, way different vibe, way different people. The first night we were here, it just seemed just very different, very different groups of people.
Try again. Team 27. Car 71. up past the Bearcat at Solway.
So now they're having all the protesters come into this parking lot. The officer just said, "We got this light for you. It's safe."
But not come into the area per car 71.
The observers? So earlier we thought the observers were leaving. They said they were going to move out, but we still have a group here in the crowd. But for the most part, this seems like it may have... it might be calm. It's definitely calmer. A lot of people have left. We've got a lot of press lingering in the street. We've got legal observers, human rights observers. Big floodlights right here are on.
Booking area for an assignment.
Hey, whoever got film for you, come with me. You got film for this one, come with me. Whoever got film for, come with me.
Hey, who gonna go this way? Hey, Barry, who gonna go this way? Hey, Barry.
Excuse me, sir. I saw what I believe was a legal observer being arrested.
Yeah, I saw it too.
So,
Yeah, thank you.
It's confirmed.
Yes, he was arrested.
Do you know why he was arrested?
Because the police don't like legal
49 from command.
Did they just come in and they just grabbed him? Is that what happened?
I heard a couple members of the press got arrested a couple days ago too, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you.
So they can hit us with gas, hit us with those.
So we're hearing from a legal observer that another legal observer was in fact arrested. What he had off seems like...
Are you going with them? Yeah. Hey, Shaheed! The people who want to stay and stay in the lot and peacefully protest.
They're saying if people want to stay and protest, they can stay in the lot. Police have cleared out West Florissant.
Reporting anonymous calling from 10,141 Lord Drive, 10141 Lord, heard two loud bangs just north of his residence. He did not see anyone and could not verify if they were shots. Just a lot of dogs barking afterwards. 113.0 at 12:57.
People that live out in West County St.
108 took 4.
Like they show all these negative pictures of me.
519. On 208. Respond to the command post for an assignment.
Available team unit for an assignment. Respond to Lucas Hunt, West Florissant to relieve Team 20. Car 71. Clear. State 173 at booking.
I don't think they're gonna move in. I think this group is mostly press. It's, you know what, man? From where I'm looking right now, it looks like 90% journalists, observers, and I can see every so often a few protesters scattered through. I can see the group on the right for sure, but looking straight ahead, this just looks like journalists. You know, I can definitely see the protesters in between, but... Alright, well, it's 1 a.m. here in Ferguson, Missouri. This is the site of the Michael Brown protests that have been going on for the past 10 days. West Florissant. This is the main road where the protests have been centered.
1023 on board.
We just had the police come and push everyone out. We've got a small group of observers and protesters here in this parking lot where the police said they're okay to stay. So, for those that are not familiar, just over 10 days ago, week and a half, Michael Brown was killed by a police officer. Now there are conflicting reports. The police say he reached for the officer's gun. Eyewitnesses say that he had his hands in the air and said, "Don't shoot." So these protests have been escalating for the past week. There was 1 day of peace in between when they handed over control of the policing operation to Captain Ronald Johnson, but that didn't last very long. Now, we've had a state of emergency declared here in Missouri. We've had the National Guard called in. There's been, coming from the crowd across the street, hard to know exactly where, there's been live ammunition fire for the past few nights. There's been tear gas. It's been a very, very tense situation. But tonight, it was relatively peaceful. It was very calm, very quiet. But, you know, eventually the group was near the press zone, which is at the public storage parking lot. Somebody threw a water bottle, and that got everyone out. The police, you know, formed a line. The protesters, you know, backed up everyone, trying to, you know, calm everybody down. They all started running in one direction, but then, sure enough, another water bottle was thrown. Everything was building up at that point. We saw a young man walking in the street, and the police ordered him to move. He ignored the order, and then he started running away from the police, and they just ran after him, grabbed him, threw him down. That's when a bunch of people surrounded. Everyone started yelling like oohs and ahs, no's. A water bottle goes over my head. We see it fly over and come down. It was an open, so water was flying out of it. But after that, things just, you know, the first thing I heard after that was run. We heard a pop. I don't know what that pop was. We took shelter behind a parked car in the parking lot, waited a bit. Shortly after that, the police ordered all the media into this area. They surrounded it, and then they went in and started making arrests. Now, I can only speculate as to who that they were arresting in this parking lot. They said that if you're not credentialed media, you need to leave, and if you are, you need to get into the dedicated press zone. There were a few outliers, people who didn't seem to be media, hang out in the media zone, and the protesters were hanging back. Now after this, the police pushed everyone out, down West Florissant to where we are now, and that's where we're currently standing. So it's been, it's definitely had its moments of tension, but for the most part, this has been one of the calmer nights here in Ferguson, Missouri. And again, I would say based on the amount of journalists that are here, legal observers, I've seen a good number of protesters that I'm not from, that I know from other cities and states that have come down. It seems like things might be finally calming. A lot of the locals have actually left. So if you guys want to find out more about what's going on, we've got some articles up on vicenews.com. You can read those, check them out. It'll give you some greater context into what's been going on down here. There's no telling what'll happen tonight or tomorrow. It's been unpredictable, every day the week we've been here. But if you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, I'll have text, photo, video, and updates about what's happening here on the ground. You can find me at Timcast, TIMCAST. But also make sure to follow at Vice News as well, VICENEWS. I'm going to take the stream down for now. If anything happens, we'll be back up live reporting here in Ferguson, Missouri. You can follow me on my socials for all the short updates about what's going to go down. But for now, it seems like it's calm. We'll be on standby, but thanks for tuning in. Just stay tuned. Should anything change, we'll be back live.
Near Jamestown. 1046 at 106. Team 64. We are secure from Canfield, and we can assist 2290.
64, that's clear. I still need 2 more teams to respond to West Florissant north of the SWAT line. Team 65. 65, I'll show you en route as well. 1 more team. 465, what was the third one? 63. Team 63, I'll show you en route as well. 2290, I have your 3 teams en route. 4 and 65, they are in front of the Reliance Credit Union and everything is 10-4. That's on West Florissant north of the SWAT line.
Charles 12, 1089.
To Canfield and West Florissant for 1 pickup. Clear.
Air 2.
Air 2.
Got 10 minutes left on scene before I have to leave for fuel. If you get advised, if you're going to want another hot fuel.
71. Got 10 minutes of fuel left. You want them to do another hot fuel? Turn to Spirit for car 71.
Air 2, 10-4, I'll just finish my 10 minutes and head out.
Copy. 10-8.
To 1023, 108.
Okay. The security guard one's got one in custody. It's gonna be a white male. Florissant for a stealing just occurred. Security guard's got one detained.
picked up at Canfield and West Florissant. If you can do it, or advise one of the other conveyance units. It's clear. Car 7102.
Car 3121.
Clear out.
3121 en route. Suspicious vehicle, Delwood Market at 110. Be advised, it is occupied one time.
More clear.
One that are in tonight at 110. 110. Three 110.
Third only. He is confirmed out of our venue. One time at 112. Copy 1068 information. Copy 1068 information called in by the suicide hotline. Suicidal 13-year-old female, biracial 13-year-old female, stated she took her father's vehicle. It's a white vehicle, unknown make, model. Also, they could not advise where she started from or her direction of travel. No clothing description. Once again, it's a white vehicle, no direction of travel, no area of start. Biracial female, no clothing description, called in by the suicide hotline.
10-8, 112.
Team 58 in service. Same traffic. 72 in service. 9 in service.
8 likewise.
Team 38 in service. 7 likewise. 47 in service. 66 tonight. 66 in service. Team just 110-8.
Air 2 command, we're heading back to Spirit.
Air 210-7 Spirit.
Reach out.
3115.
Remaining 113.
221.
Plus 2290, so 4 altogether.
Two back out of staging.
72 clear.
Boston 33, your number for drug 827, 827.
We got to get these down here. We got
It's clear. Report back to command. 68, 10-8. Other team. Clear. Which other team? P5 is 10-8.
Now, y'all, that's it. I'm going to cut off. Now, y'all, that's it. I'm going to cut off.
Record for a tire change on a police car at West Florissant and Chambers, please, on the mobile lot.
That's clear. Do you have a spare and what type of vehicle?
Spare, and it's a Dodge.
10-4. The 117.
Number's going to be 12854. 12854.
DNL will be able to make it through to you, correct?
To be on the safe side, have him calm down Chambers, please. 120. It's across the street from McDonald's.
Number's going to be 12855. 12855.
Florissant. West Florissant towards Chambers. It's going to be across from the McDonald's. Car 16.
We're allowed to send residents down West Florissant southbound from Chambers now.
ID that shows they are residents of Ferguson, affirmative. Clear. Your tow is en route. You're 101. The resident. Area 1 meeting code 86 at 123. West Florissant clear all the way to Solway. Zone 2. Open. King 3 Charles 6 Henry.
Staging.
10-4. This is Charlotte car. Charles 27. Verify your plate again, please. En route to assist.
Refreshing twist of Bud Light.
Show you en route to assist 124.
10-8 at 126.
At 124. Charles 27. King for Charles 6 Henry. Says it's on the 2009 Ford Mustang. This is the towed vehicle out of Bell Ridge. Comes back to a Mildred Leonard. To 127. 27 on traffic, 127. Open garage, please.
3 at 129.
The refreshing twist of Bud Light Lime. The perfect beer for whatever happens.
A lot of the residents in the Ferguson area that they say, hey, the people getting arrested and the people breaking just trying to ease the anger and any potential for more violence there along West Florissant. People clapping because it looks like that person is now and everyone around him is supporting him. And it looks like there's a police officer who's come in there to talk with that person. There you see all the media. And when we say media, it's people from blogs and websites and all over the country, international reporters in town, and they all have cameras and reporters. Their group moving that person back a little bit to calm him down. Many of them putting their hands in the air. You see a lot of other people just kind of waving, back up, calm down, back up. And these are people who've been out there all evening, and now things are changing again.
Don't stop your camera from going. Keep them rolling. Keep them rolling. Keep your camera rolling. What's going on, brother? What's happening here?
We're watching all of this just unfolding live, and this thing up, and now a lot of people saying hands in the air, don't shoot, but this is the 11th night of this. You see flashes, photographers taking pictures of all of this, and this is what police don't want to happen. They don't want it to get to this point where there is a mob. The crowd, they're flashing their light. People, they're off West Florissant. All right, they're back. And police people, they're off West Florissant. That's them. They're back in one of the parking lots right now.
48 out of state.
Police are trying to force them back into that area. They're trying to get them in this designated protest area. The police set up a protest area, and that's where you could stand around. If you were going to be on West Florissant, you had to, because they didn't want people to stop and groups to form and anger to build and this to happen. We have Jeff Bernthal back on the phone with us. He had to move out of that area for his safety. Jeff, what can you tell us?
Well, we're still along West Florissant. Where we are, we're just sort of cut off. They want us to go on the that we're sort of cut off the situation that's going on. So I'm going to stay on the phone here with you guys to give you any updates where we are. I'm near the quick trip.
All units are now opening up traffic on West Florissant, both directions. Open up all traffic on West Florissant, both directions.
And again, may have both repeatedly, all we did, you're over to that command center right now, so we're waiting to get through when the situation allows us. It was, maybe as we were saying, it was so calm and peaceful through getting right up to the minute.
There appear to be people in the vehicle called in by an employee at the store. 110.3 and 135. There was a white male and a black male who were begging for money on the parking lot of the Phillips 66, and they have gotten into the black four-door. West Florissant. Clear, we'll be en route.
Line and put
Yeah, I'm just cut off on the other end, so I just can't tell from here. But that is what they have been doing. And that McDonald's is, about 2 blocks from where we are. So that's about how far the crowd's been pushed since this thing began.
All right, to give you a sense of where this is along West Florissant, and there is the McDonald's, which we've heard a lot about this week. It's closed down early, and issues with employees there, and the safety of their employees. Now it looks like they're pushing people further down West Florissant. There was a bank earlier where they were having the crowd gather. And then some did that, but most people wanted to walk along West Florissant.
Yeah, most of the night, you had this large group of demonstrators that were just kind of walking up and down. And then I would say after 10:30, 11 o'clock, smaller, it was more like individuals coming up and down, police saying, "Hi, how are you? Good, we're good tonight." There were a lot of positive interactions between police and the protesters that were out here. And it almost, it felt almost strange that things were as quiet as they were. And then all of a sudden, that's when someone or a group of people started throwing bottles. And police, they just can't take any chances. They've got to respond.
Well, we're seeing some people putting their gas masks on, a lot of shouting, a lot of screaming. Jeff, have you heard? Last night there were reports of gunshots. 2 men were shot during demonstrations last night, not by police but by others. Have you heard any shots? Did you see those bottles being thrown? And yesterday it was Molotov cocktails. Were these just water bottles, or what was being thrown?
I saw water bottles thrown
out there right away
after the initial charge that whatever set everyone off. I saw a half dozen water bottles from the police. What was initially thrown, I don't yet know. Were there gunshots after this all happened? I heard what I thought were gunshots in the field in West Florissant, which has been sort of the center of all this.
All cars on a traffic post,
number of
you can
folks
report
covered, but I haven't seen anybody injured as a result of gunshots or anyone in the ambulance has been here to take anybody out. So that's good.
In this live picture, we're seeing police using spray bottles to wash this man's face off. We don't know if that was pepper spray or what that was, because we haven't seen any tear gas. And last night when we saw that tear gas being deployed, that clearly has a dramatic effect on your senses and burns your eyes and your throat. But we haven't seen any of that tonight, so I'm not quite sure what that is. We've seen more police. Go ahead, Jeff.
From where I am, we have not had that smell of tear gas at all, and I haven't seen it before, so I don't think it's tear gas.
Jeff, you mentioned earlier that people in the crowd were saying, "Go home, get some rest, let's all meet at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning." Tell us what that was about.
1023,
yeah,
both
just,
units at 140.
Before all this happened, demonstrators sort of stopped for a minute, gathered in the street. I believe there was a prayer and some words said, and there was some discussion among police about, whether they should allow this to take place, because, they didn't want people congregating in a group in the street blocking traffic. And that's what happened just for a brief minute. It was very peaceful. Police went ahead and let them have their say. And then the announcement was made on a bullhorn that was, folks, you've got to get up early tomorrow because we're going to protest outside the Justice Center where Bob Nicola's office is, the Lewis County prosecutor. And so why don't everyone go home and get a good night's rest? And people started doing that. Started leaving, and it looked like we were going to get through this night. And it was just a matter of moments after that when all this turns into what it is right now.
A lot of arguing taking place right now from people who want to lash out at police and others who say don't do it. And many of those people, I recognized a couple of people, they are members of the clergy. That has been a very successful approach to calming some of this anger and the tension when members of the clergy come in and say, hey, calm down, let's protest, but let's do it peacefully.
And they have been walking the streets back and forth, up and down throughout the night. They were here in large numbers too, and everything had been peaceful, and they just didn't really have the need for any intervention up until now.
North from command post.
There are more people trying to.
The Jennings
this
car
man very
responds to the
agitated
command post
and
for
people trying
conveyance back to Jennings
calm
PD.
him down. I'm not sure if that's a photographer standing there next to him or not, but there are a lot of members of the media right in the middle of all of this, and there have been arrests involving the media. They've been shoved and pushed and fallen victim to that tear gas as well, and we're seeing them still in the thick of things right now. This is right outside the McDonald's, to give you an idea of where this is along West Florissant.
And I'm essentially on the other end of what's been the protest zone, and I can tell you that there are rows and rows of police personnel just standing by as reinforcements and backup.
112 units, GOA 10-8 at 143.
Nesbitt Drive is blocked off, right off West Florissant. They're standing out on their street corner trying to figure out exactly what's going on.
Looks like this woman clearly has been sprayed in the face with some sort of a pepper spray, because she's got it all in her eyes, and that's what we saw just a second ago. People are trying to clear that spray out of her eyes.
Y'all bag up, please. You all are going to have to start respecting our community, too. Bag up! Does she need an ambulance?
I see a group gathered around this woman. They're trying to spray
37.
her face and help her. This is the second person we've seen with this solution to spraying people's faces to try to get some of that pepper spray out of her face. I don't know if this was clearly she's been sprayed by police trying to force her back. We didn't see it happen, but we're seeing the effects.
2224. Respond 1140
And a lot of people in this crowd have been dealing with the extreme heat today. There were some
wearing all
heat
black,
issues.
sitting on the curb.
Now some of them are getting ready just in case their tear gas is released. You see their faces
earlier and
covered.
is just sitting there now.
And it looks like they're preparing. And here's...
We ain't going to stop this stuff. We ain't going to stop this till we get justice.
Okay. Jeff Bernthal, you're still with us?
I am. We are in the process of moving over to that like I said, we were sort of cut off where so we've been asked to go around the other side and get over to the command center, and that's where we're...
This man has a face mask in his hand. Most people do. If they're down there tonight, they've got something to cover their face. So we haven't seen any tear gas at this point.
Team 31 is staging. Team 31, that's clear.
All of this coming after a day when at another location in North St. Louis City Police shot and killed a man who had a knife and was coming toward them outside a market after a shoplifting issue, that at Riverview and McLaren, not related to this in any way. But still there were protests at the time, building tensions, and already
car 16, that's clear.
Very tense situation in the St. Louis area, of course.
51. Be out of staging. Vehicle maintenance. Flat tire. 51, that's clear.
George 92, domestic 9953 Lewis and Clark, 9953 Lewis and Clark. The caller Maggie's having a problem with a male named Shannon. She won't answer any questions. We'll be downstairs waiting. 1133 146. Were you clear?
Earlier, what they saw was how a few people were determined to cause trouble and they pulled the crowd into it. Now we're seeing police move. And the crowd is running. And police just gave the signal to move in. Police are determined to get that crowd back with their weapons drawn, and now they're pulling back some.
Listen to your sergeant. Move back to your post. You can't arrest nobody for freedom of
up, and then you see several other people to calm down. This man pleading with police. Behind them. And he's giving clear orders on what he wants to in all of this.
Andy, I can tell you a little bit about some of the...
Go ahead, Jeff.
I can tell you about some of the stress some of these officers who are working 12-hour shifts and no days off. They have been told that, yes, some of those are here again tonight, and to be on the lookout for that. And they've also been told that there have been, that there have been some groups that have been trying to go around and follow off. Tensions are high, and they have been ready to respond for anything that could put them in danger.
This camera is kind of moving throughout the crowd.
North. I'm sorry, was there a Jennings car that's en route up here?
Three's en route up there.
That's clear, thank you, ma'am.
Go home. The shouting continues. And it's hard to tell who that person is. We just know someone just was arrested. What happens is you see a group of about 10 officers move in, arrest who they see as a troublemaker, someone they feel is threatening. They go in, they arrest that person, and then they back up.
That's clear. 37 working 37 in service.
There's so many members of the... know which ones are protesters. People from all over the country are all documenting this, and you can imagine the challenge that is for police officers.
Almost a spectacle where you have all these media folks just lined up along the side of the...
Okay, there's more movement. Looks like they're going in to make more arrests.
Team 39.
Stand by, Jeff. We're watching what is happening here. All right, they've moved in and they're arresting another person.
Team 39, report to staging.
2 officers will put that person on the ground, put their hands behind them, handcuff them, as about 4 or 5 other officers surround them with their weapons drawn.
Are you clear?
And there's a fence right along, looks like part of the police are on one side of the fence at McDonald's, and then part on the other side.
49. 49. 24 from the staging booking, 1081 intake, 11 times.
It's going to be violence-free has turned, and there are arrests. Doesn't look like as many as last night, but this will not be the first night of nonviolence for a while in Ferguson. There's someone showing some bottles. It looks like milk and water and other things that you put when you're on your face or in your eyes when you're exposed to pepper spray. That man was telling the photographer that these were using mace or pepper spray on some of the demonstrators. I was up in Ferguson earlier tonight, and I was speaking with Mayor James Knowles, and I asked him, when is this going to end? When is the violence going to stop? And he said, that's the million-dollar question. We just don't know. And there is no curfew in Ferguson.
With the suspicious person?
And then the Highway Patrol lifted that not to confront and to let people protest. And then when they got violent, they would take people who were breaking the law into custody. But now we're seeing another night where tensions are getting out of control, and this crowd with police and arrest, and this just makes people even angrier than they were before. A lot of people with their hands in
respond to West Florissant in front of the Reliance Credit Union to relieve one of the teams down there.
Out at staging.
61, that's clear out at staging.
Still people in the crowd trying to moderate this tension between police and the protesters and trying to get them to go home. A lot of them have gone home. Jeff, you saw a lot of people leave probably about, a couple of hours ago, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was see, where we're coming up on almost 1 o'clock. I guess
Central Western Road to St. Louis County and Crestwood. When you board 1050 LSA vehicle for 1050 to the first within 20 rows, approximately 10 to 15 ago. One at this time will be a silver gray older model, possible Honda Accord, meaning older